I discovered my fiance's X-rated past, and I don't know what to do.
Maybe you should like watch it. That might be fun.
My girlfriend, now my fiance, has kept a rather important secret from me, which I discovered at 2:30 a.m. this morning, and now I'm scared, lost, and confused. This will take some explaining, so I'll break it up into chunks. Here is the backstory. By the way, this comes from my other me, and if you want to go submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. So, our wonderful relationship. We've been together for almost a year, and it has been completely blissful. I love her more than I've loved anything, and from what I can tell, she really loves me too. And I try really hard in this relationship, not to the point that I'm possessive and controlling. She has as much freedom as she wants. I will always make her a cup of tea when she needs it, cook her most of the dinners, roll her cigs in the morning, meet her whenever and wherever she wants. Will always listen without butting in, excuse her occasional laziness around our home, and do most of the cleaning without being a wiener about it. I earn quite a bit more than her, and I generally pay for things, and I've been doing this to help her get on top of her student debts and stuff. Sounds like he's doing a lot. I am worried about like the imbalance of work in the relationship, and like her not maybe like he's doing most of the chores and bringing in most of the money. I don't know.
I mean, hey, maybe he's your man who likes to provide.
Hey, and if it works for him, that's okay.
You can
But it
be
does
that
worry
guy.
me a little bit. Worry me a little bit. But let's see. So, most of all, I respect her. I think she is a truly wonderful and strong woman. We're both pretty serious feminists. You get it. I'm the perfect effing boyfriend, jokes, but I really do try to be as good as I can for her. I just like doing it. It makes me hurt with smiles when I do something special or even just a bit thoughtful, and I can see her appreciating me. We have never had any arguments, really, only minor disagreements. Neither of us have ever raised our voices with each other or been violent in any way. This is pretty great considering the intensity and speed of the relationship. We hate spending time apart and haven't slept in separate beds since February 13th. I know it's sad that I know that, but she does too, and we giggle unbearably when either of us mention it. It sounds like you have a cute freaking relationship.
Yeah, it sounds like you guys are cutie pies. Where does it go
waiting
for the shoe to come and drop?
And oh my God, don't even get me started on the spicy sleep. It's amazing. She gets my spicy hobbies and I get hers. We have spicy sleep often, and it consistently is incredible with multiple moments all around. We rent a flat together, own a cat together, are spending Christmas together, getting married in June, and after that, planning to move to New Zealand and having kids.
They must have learned your meditation technique.
Quick OK story time. I learned to full body orgasm on a meditation retreat like a while ago, and I did it on the plane on the way back here.
I bet that was fun for everyone.
I don't think they saw.
Yeah, like they didn't see because I was
They
under
heard.
they didn't see because I was under the blanket, but they definitely heard.
Anyway, it's not like, there's no omission. It's
Yeah,
just
it's
the
not
feeling of it.
like that. It's
not
just
like that.
full euphoria.
It's just full
throughout
euphoria.
your body.
It's like being on Molly. Anyway, neither of us are new to this relationship business or feel like we are rushing. We have both had a couple of serious relationships in the past. I was engaged to a girl for 7.5 years, and she was engaged to a dude who didn't really treat her very well, as long as her having a lot of fun while she was at uni. How I know what I know. Okay, so that is the background. Now we're getting into the uncovering of this spicy X-rated truth.
Let's freaking get our shovels
Let's
and
get
our
our shovels.
pickaxes.
Back in April, I was laying in bed watching my beautiful significant other get ready for work. I asked if I could look something up on the internet using her phone as my battery was dead, and she agreed. I unlocked it and saw a strange message from a man using only his initials in the text saying, "Looking forward to seeing you again later today. I'm at the Apex Hotel. I'm in room whatever."
No way, he can afford the whatever room at the Apex Hotel?
I scrolled up to get the context and couldn't make sense of it. All I could see was that they have met before in hotels and have a long text history. To be perfectly clear, that is generally how I saw the message. I'm not a snooper. The previous time they met was at a hotel in London in February when she told me that her and her best friend, Jess, not a real name, were going to an opera and she was staying with her friend, and she also had some freelance calligraphy work down there. This is something she said she used to do before we met and has not traveled away for it at any other point in the relationship.
A lot of calligraphy work.
I freaked out thinking she was cheating on me. I hadn't pieced together much of anything then. All I knew was a friendly man meeting my girlfriend secretly in a hotel. When I brought this up with her later on, instead of stalking her and calling the number of the guy texting her, I might add, she said that I have completely misunderstood the situation. She used to do some free proofreading for a human rights lawyer, and from time to time, he asked her to help him out on the cheap, and it's apparently very illegal, and that is why she didn't want to say anything.
Stop. That is such a lie. Stop it. Stop. That can't be true. If it was that illegal, there'd be no record of it in your phone.
She explained that that was all London was, and that the dude had paid her well and given her a gift because they go back to when she did an internship with him while she was at uni. I told her I would have understood, but she needs to understand why that freaked me out, and just asked her to be more honest with me in the future. No shouting was done. I felt a little hurt, but put it in the back of my mind. Besides, it was cool that we scored a few $100 and we got a pizza. Cue a couple of months later. Same dude, similar situation, different hotel. I found out this time because I was being a bit playfully nosy while she was using her phone and snuck up behind her saying, "What you doing?" or something like that. I saw enough in those few seconds to know what was going to happen. I asked her about it, got a little upset saying I asked her just be honest about this in the future. She said she was going to tell me, but it just hadn't crossed her mind. A couple months after that, her friend Jess moved up to our city. Jess is cool. She's a cool lady, and they got along really well. I had suspected in the past from hearing bits and pieces that she was an escort, which made me rethink my lovely lady's rendezvous with a mystery man for cash and the way that there seemed to be some weird unspoken history between the two, but I put it to the back of my mind. You're putting too much to the back of your mind, sir. Your head's going to go like this. It's just going to fall over. You're going to be like a turkey staring at the sky, and you're going to drown.
I'm just astounded he's believing these lies.
Yeah.
Like there's people out there who believe that.
Yeah.
She's literally texting the dude as you in real time in front of you, and then is going, "Oh, it didn't cross my mind that I needed to tell you about the guy I'm currently talking to right now. Oops, it just didn't cross my mind. It would have crossed your mind instantly."
Kat said she is so full of crap. Yeah, I agree. I tried to give her a few opportunities to say if something was up, just asking generalized questions when we had been talking about spicy sleep work and that. We have lots of interesting political-ish discussions, and she said nothing. After a short while, she finally explains to me that Jess is in fact an escort, and was I still cool with that and her? Of course I was. She was still Jess, the good friend of my fiancé, who had been nothing but nice to me. Who am I to judge? I even gave her another opportunity in the nicest possible way, whilst having a walk saying, "Be honest. Have you ever done or considered doing escort work?" She laughed and said, "Of course not." She didn't think she'd be capable of doing it. And now we got the climax.
Everyone's favorite
big
part
O.
of the escort experience.
Of how I know for sure. I overheard my lady and Jess talking about something at a party whilst a bit wasted. I didn't hear much, but I heard them talking about a Stan, not his real name, and an initial, not S, in the same breath. The same fake name and initial combination going on in the messages I once saw. There was mention of some problem, something about remembering, and I thought I heard that he was going to be coming up. This all happened on Friday. I didn't want to be the paranoid boyfriend. I didn't want to just start answering ridiculous questions again. I just sat on what I thought I heard and tried to be skeptical and rational about it. Every time I went over anything in my head, I remembered how she acted slightly strangely with her responses, and I thought at the time that could be a sign of lying, but I wasn't sure if I was just remembering this wrong. Finally, after going a bit quietly mad and not wanting to bring things up again, we were up late watching the U.S. elections last night. We live in the U.K., both hoping the Americans would do the right thing and re-elect Obama. She fell asleep, and I was staring at her phone with all of this crap going on in my head. So I did something inexcusable.
Wait, so this is 2012?
I think so. And I opened it and went through her messages.
I honestly feel like that switches up a lot of the context of this.
Why?
Well, at least in terms of like modern like sentiments and like popular culture. I feel like there's a huge difference between like house, like
Sex
doing
work
like
is viewed
sex worker
now
escorting, like
versus,
then
I mean, because like
versus
OnlyFans
now.
girls and like the popularization of it. Yeah.
Right. It's become way more like, I guess,
Mainstream.
tolerated or mainstreamed or whatever you want to say. But which it's, to be clear, it's fine to do that stuff. Like, it doesn't make you a immoral monster or anything.
But it's also fine to not be okay with that in a relationship.
Sure.
And also, not. But I don't think it's fine to do that secretly while you're in a relationship.
She's
with the
lying about it on purpose, and she's probably doing it because it's ruined previous stuff.
Yeah. So I feel awful for this, and I don't handle guilt well. I saw messages from Jess about this Stan guy where she said that the hotel she was taken to in London recently with another client was really nice and quite a lot like where Stan used to take them. That Stan was going to be about in our city soon. I saw that Jess at some point in September had a companionship job with a couple really rich guys where she just hung out. Did she want to go with her second time round? I know you are spoken for, but I thought I should ask. And they weren't expecting anything, well, at least not the previous night, but things might change. And I will obviously give you cash for this. And I froze and felt sick. She replied saying she wasn't sure if she would go, but then said, only if you come round and help me dress up. I checked out the dates and that this went on, and I honestly think she didn't go ahead with this. I can't remember exactly what I and we were doing that evening. I looked further through her messages and read the single message on her phone that was there by Stan addressing both my fiance and Jess by their initials, saying he was going to be around. They should meet up together again like old times and maybe this time try something new. She hadn't replied to this message. I don't know what to do at this point. I was guilt-stricken because I couldn't trust her enough to not go through her phone, but at the same time distraught about the whole escort thing. I woke her. I couldn't do anything else. She seemed mad at me for going through her phone and got very pissed off. I apologized a whole bunch and properly broke down with the stress of it all. I didn't ask her right away about everything because she clearly wasn't in the right mood to discuss it. She said she was angry and tired and wanted to talk on a clear head. By this point, I had already sobbed a whole bunch and couldn't have made it any clearer to her how sorry I was. I mean, yes, you did something wrong by looking through her phone. Like, that breaks the trust of the relationship. But also, like, there was a lot of evidence that you had beforehand that you ignored. And
yeah, like the most ridiculous lies I think ever that I've heard.
Yeah, Amy Lynn says something I'm thinking. I'd be distraught that she lied more than anything. Like, is that not? Are we not going to focus on that at all?
Yeah, that's what I'm distraught about.
I'm distraught about that a lot. I feel like he's so in love that he's not even registering that he should be mad too. She said that she was also hurt because I had been keeping this to myself instead of speaking to her, and whilst doing that, telling her how great everything is. She thought I was being insincere in what I had said. I explained that I genuinely meant the nice things I had said, and there was some cognitive dissonance going on. When any specifics came up, she was reluctant to say anything too specific. We talked it through without actually really mentioning the whole escort thing to a point where we're both saying we love each other and we both want to try to make it work, and it sucks. I was scared she was going to leave me. There it is. He is not acting in his self-interest because he's too scared of being alone.
Fear.
The
best things in life are on the opposite side of fear. You can't get to the good, gooey gumdrops if you're all mired in the fear swamp. All right? You got to get out of the swamp of fear and eat up those. Yeah, you know what I mean.
You know what he means.
You know what I'm saying. Mike Sway.
I asked her if we could still talk about the escort thing when things were more calm, even though I had betrayed her trust, and she said yes. You're being too apologetic here, dude. We have canceled our cinema double date tonight to talk about it. We finally went to bed, and she opened up a bit and said she didn't go ahead with that paid date and then whatever job because she would have felt icky. The fact that she considered it and got back to Jess is enough to upset me. She still wouldn't talk about the hotel meetings, though, and remained vague. She repeated to me that she hadn't cheated on me, though.
Right. No, officer, that wasn't me. I didn't rob the bank.
I'm just working. It's not even sex. It's really not even sex.
I didn't cheat on you. I got paid to do this.
It's not like I wanted to do it.
I gamed you, dude.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I remember so clearly her story of her London trip changing with each bit of information I gave her about it, what I knew, and how odd I felt. The really upsetting part is that it is my birthday very soon, and we were going to go away for the weekend, starting with a gig. She became quickly reluctant about this, about the time the message from Stan came, saying she wasn't sure if she could get the time off work to leave early enough, and seemed weird when I said I didn't care. I'd pay for her train down, and we could meet after the gig and have our weekend then.
She's like, dang, he had a solution to that problem?
I want to go meet with Stan.
No, I'm suddenly indisposed.
Bug says, bro really said, can we please talk about the escort thing? Like, he's being so accommodating for something that she's so obviously transgressed so many boundaries in the relationship,
Right.
and he's the one apologizing. Like,
Yeah.
this man has absolutely no backbone in the relationship. Like, none.
Yeah, it's just he's living in survival mode right now.
Yeah.
It's like, how do I make sure the relationship stays alive? And it's like, I thought
What?
I thought this was gonna be some cringy beta story about being like, oh, my girlfriend's had sex with someone else before.
Yeah.
But it's like, I think your girlfriend actively was getting paid to sleep with other men while she was with you, which is a big deal.
That's a big no-no. Call me old-fashioned. Call me old-fashioned. Maybe I'm still back in 2012.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I would be down for this.
Yeah, it's feeling like a big red flag, brother.
Big red flag. Well, this weekend, exactly when Stan is in town, she still has one of the days off when we are not away, but I am working, which was the suggested date by him. You know what? I think I could forgive her, but I don't know if I'm being a fool. Dakota, is he being a fool?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
What?
What?
You don't think he's being a fool?
Oh, I must have. I didn't hear that right, did I? Can you say that one more time,
Do you
please?
think he's being a fool?
But what he is forgiving her?
You know what? I think I could forgive her,
Oh!
but I don't know if I'm being a fool.
I heard the negative of that. See, I heard not forgive.
No.
Not forgive. Ah!
Fool!
Ah!
Fool!
Ah!
I still love her, and our relationship has been practically perfect, except for this. This is a big except. She stresses a lot about money thanks to 2 student loans and an old flatmate leaving her in more debt, so I can see why she would do it. She gets upset that I pay for most things and has said to me on a number of occasions that she doesn't want me thinking that she is taking advantage of me. I don't. I just want to help herself so we can get on with our lives together and not have to worry about past debt. If there were truly no feelings attached and it was just a job, I could be accepting of that, even though I wouldn't ever want her to continue doing it. The biggest thing I feel is betrayal. Yes. You should feel betrayal. She was lying to you. She broke the integrity of the relationship. You could be okay with her sleeping around. I am down. All right. I think 2 people can establish any kind of relationship they want. If they had talked about it before and she's like, hey, you have your job as an escort. I'm cool with that. Thank you for telling me before we get into the relationship. Keep going about it, And if that was communicated, that would be fine. You can create any kind of relationship dynamic you want. That's the beautiful thing about relationships. But what you can't do is you can't have a lack of integrity. You can't have lying, right? And yes, you should feel betrayed, but you should grow a backbone and realize that the integrity of this relationship is gone. It is not a simple thing to just say, oh, it's just this one thing. It's just this one lie. No, it is a big lie that compromises the entirety of the relationship.
You're like, oh, this house is so perfect. Look at this beautiful beach house. It's got 5 floors, 800 million square feet, and they're giving it to me for free. Oh, wait, the foundation is made out of sand.
And as soon as I step into it, it will collapse.
It's going to crumble and fall upon me.
Or maybe they just need to read
this
Secure,
book.
And maybe it'll all be okay.
Actually,
Shout out, Keon.
Actually, just read Secure.
Oh my God, dude. I mean, Keon, is it like what do we tell this guy to come?
Brother,
to
where do you think she learned those moves?
Oh, no.
You go. So are you sure you don't want to watch?
See, these
are you sure?
I think, dude, this man has brain. He is so caught up in the amazing sex fog that, and I've been there, brother. It is a dangerous
Sam, you've done that?
No, but
what are you talking about?
The sex brain.
None of us won the lottery that lets the one person per year have sex.
What?
That's how that works.
There's a 1 year per.
Why is he acting like he doesn't know what the lottery is over here, dude? This guy's crazy.
But we got a little bit more to this story. But brother, get out of the sex fog.
Brother,
Not telling me straight up, even before we started getting really serious, even when I gave her a number of opportunities framed with the sincere phrase, I wouldn't be angry with you. My question, what the F do I do, Reddit? I am lost. This relationship means everything to me. She seems so honest. and sincere in all the nice things she tells me and tells her friends. They all get on with me really well and are so lovely to me because she truly does speak highly of me to everyone. How do you know? Which means she really cares, right? I don't think any of her friends know about any of this. And though Jess is a good friend, they are not BFFs or anything. I needed to write all this down just to help me process this. I'm sorry it's so long. I'm typing this while shaking and choking back tears in my office at work, completely unable to get on with anything. By the way, you should get on with full episodes with stories just like this. Go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or your favorite podcast app. Search OK Storytime. There's another relevant update. But before we get into this final update, what do you think OP should do? OP is asking, what should I do? What should OP do?
Dude, OP, you literally said at the end, you're like, I'm barfing and pooping. Like, I'm like completely losing my cool. I can't even move through my life. Yeah, brother, I think you got to walk. You got betrayed. You got lied to. Like, you got to
build
way
that spine and a walk with your head held straight.
I think, lesson, you're like, this relationship means everything to me. That was your direct quote. Hey, maybe don't put all your eggs in one basket next time, buddy.
Also, the relationship that you thought you had is not the relationship that you have.
Exactly. So it's like that really, the relationship you thought you had is what means everything to you, but you don't have that anymore.
Yep.
So you actually, you got to start grieving because it's already gone.
But let's get into the final bit of this story. How should I approach talking to her? She doesn't do arguing well. So I don't want to be on the attack. Otherwise, she will end up being on the attack or become so upset that we won't get anything sorted. Again, noodle spine. I hate conflict so much. Noodle. How can I make it up to her for reading her messages? I guess my biggest concern is that she has had some emotional problems in the past, and I really don't want to trigger another downward spiral in her. Whatever happens, she's been good and pretty consistently happy since me, well, at least on the surface, but she has been to some dark places mentally, and I just don't want her to return there. I love her. Just effing say some words, Reddit. I need something right now. Thank you so much for being there. And we have a really important edit message.
Wow, I wonder what that's going to say, dude. Dang, you're lost in the sauce,
He's
man.
He's lost, dude. He's asking the wrong questions. V-Rod says, how can she make it up to you, dude?
Right.
What the F? What the F?
Right, like you...
Undo all those guys.
You are operating from a position of like, why are you the one responsible for everything wrong and bad that has happened? And you're not responsible for how she's going to emotionally react to your truth that you feel betrayed and that this probably isn't going to work because you are barfing and farting all day over how emotionally turmoiled you are.
Yeah.
Like,
dude, this is bad. This is
come
bad.
on, dude.
And it sounds like she's never taken accountability for anything in this relationship.
Zero.
She's
still lying, bro. It's my lawyer friend, and it's actually really illegal, so I can't have it, but I never told you.
Amy Lynn says, OP1, get tested, and 2, you are focusing on the wrong betrayal.
Correct.
Amen. But we got an edit.
Really important edit message.
A lot of people are saying that she is sleeping with loads of guys behind my back.
Loads.
She's taking some loads. I really do not think this is the case. If anything, I believe it is an old client or something. I spent enough time with her and know her work friends well enough to know with some confidence that her sleeping with a ton of people isn't the case. And comments. She lied to you about being a spicy worker. She lied to you about being a spicy worker. Are you effing kidding me right now? Get tested. Figure out if you can live with this Airbus A30 of a lie. I personally would be out the door well before I thought about writing to Reddit to help. Holy crap, dude. She lied to you about being a spicy worker, and you were asking how you can make it up to her? Another reply. OP, please listen to this. I've seen a ton of guys just like you, insecure with low confidence, and girls like this. They prey on them. They come in with whirlwind romances and give you everything you want romantically and spicy sleep-ily. They make you believe that they are your whole world and you are theirs. In the end, it's a lie. On the scale she's told you, it's very evident that she's pulling the scam job on you because instead of apologizing profusely and telling you the truth, she made you feel guilty. You're begging to stay with someone who was dishonest with you about a very huge issue from the get-go. I also would like to point out, so these guys, she's being paid, to sleep with, right? I think on a larger level, you are paying her lifestyle and she is trading that in this. I think she doesn't love you as much as she's saying and is just using you as a meal ticket and to fund a lifestyle.
What? No, wait.
No.
The liar can lie?
The liar can lie?
The liar's gonna lie about more stuff?
Yeah, it could be
Dude,
lies about you.
Get out of town,
I know.
brother.
I
I
know.
can't handle that level of insanity coming from you.
Now, instead of feeling remorse, she shifts the blame on you. It's very telling where your self-esteem and confidence has been at this whole time because you feel like you need to fix things. It's not your fault. Comment 2. Well, seeing as how you are considering forgiving her for this, you don't seem to have a problem with the idea of your girlfriend as a spicy worker. But the betrayal you speak of is the fact that she has been hiding it from you. She has been lying to you over and over for your entire relationship. What does this tell you? It tells you that she will lie, deceive you, trick you, do whatever it takes to make herself appear to be the kind of girl you want her to be. She isn't willing to stop doing it. She's only going to continue to hide it from you. Even if she promises to end it, will she really? Or will she just become better at hiding it?
Exactly.
What other secrets does she have? This is supposed to be the woman you are going to spend your life with, and you can't trust a word she says? Stop apologizing for checking out her phone. She gave you no choice. Blind trust isn't good for any relationships. Trusting someone who deserves to be trusted is very easy. This girl has been lying to you for day one. How can you expect to have trust in her? I would walk away, as I feel she isn't capable of being trustworthy. Anyone who can lie to someone they love that easily for this long with no guilt will probably never change their ways. Nevertheless, if you want to make it work, you have to sit her down, be strong, stop apologizing, and letting her make it seem like you are in the wrong for what you did. This is about her. Get the truth. Get the truth out of her no matter what. And if you still can't because she keeps lying, then walk away and don't look back. And OP does respond.
Oh my God, yes.
OP does respond, maybe a little bit more with a backbone this time.
Thank God.
So, thanks. I really am being a pushover. I just need to be strong this evening, and then I'll have an idea about all of this. It is nice to hear from so many people that I shouldn't be beating myself up over this. And that is where that story ends.
No way.
Do we think he's actually going to leave?
I
don't
think
so.
I doubt he's ever getting on the internet again after literally, I'm sure everyone just eviscerated him.
Yeah.
So I doubt there's an update. But yeah, I would say he left.
Yeah.
I'm going to, I say,
Checking.
without a doubt, that man left.
I don't think so.
He did. He
I don't know.
realized it took.
I hope so.
It took a big tidal wave.
But it's easy. It's easy to say that in a message. I think it's harder to actually convince.
I think here's what happens, okay?
All right, tell me.
He tries to break up with her.
He tries to break up with her.
They're at the airport because they were going to go on a vacation together.
Yep.
And he just couldn't hold it anymore. He breaks up with her at the airport.
Can they hear you? Are
She
you
gets
too soft?
She gets arrested. Done. She's done now. She gets arrested at the airport. No one ever sees her again. She disappears. OP now goes on a globe-trotting journey.
To find her.
Buys the first random flight. Yeah, to find her. Yeah, sure. Let's do that. He finds her, and then he starts his journey to find her.
Yep.
Like and then we have the Indiana Jones, the plane with the red line going all over the place, and he finds her in. Oh God, I'm trying to think of that. What was that place that had Hillary Clinton's emails?
I do not know, but what I do know is this story was bonkers. Is there
No
there's
update?
There's no update.
No
Unfortunately,
update.
there's
Just
no
there's a comment saying, "Yeah, thanks guys. I'm gonna get tested."
Yeah,
All right.
I think he's done.
I hope so.
He's done. He's a field researcher in Antarctica now,
But
taking ice cores.
But do we have another story?
Mm-hmm.
We got one more story.
I confronted my possibly cheating boyfriend, and now I'm ashamed.
Don't feel ashamed for confronting a cheater.
Over the last several days, my boyfriend, whom I live with, has just been distant and irritable. Not violent, not physical, just short-tempered, seemingly on edge. Not really interested in talking much. It seemed to come around almost out of nowhere. And by the way, this comes from user Is He Cheating 1116. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. So, he goes to work earlier than I do, and this morning, while I still dozed, I heard his phone ringing as he was getting ready for work. I glanced at the clock and saw it was exactly 8. My boyfriend almost always leaves the apartment at 7:50 to make sure he catches his bus to work, so whomever was calling at a time he normally would have already left our home. I heard him quickly walk to the phone and silence it, not pick it up or talk, just turn it off.
Sus.
Which, as we all know, is not how you answer a phone call. So, after he left, he didn't know I was up. I did something I feel bad about. I snooped. I went into his Facebook and nothing. I mean, not nothing. There were posts, all of which I had seen, as his Facebook friend. His Facebook conversations were fairly banal. Some women, some men. And of the women he's spoken to, mostly just, what's up? How you been? Happy birthday. Congrats on the new baby.
Which is normal.
Normal women conversation. I looked at the profiles of the women he messaged and that have been messaging him to see how they might know each other.
You're snooping too much.
Yeah, this is way too hard.
You didn't have any evidence. You didn't have any evidence. You've broken the trust of the relationship. I don't like this.
Maximum snoopage was who called you?
Yeah.
And short of that, wait, this is...
Too much.
Actually, no, anything beyond that, way too much.
Yeah.
The bulk of those were high school, college, and grad school friends, a few work colleagues, nothing out of the ordinary or unusual. All pretty banal, mindless social networking chatter. I'm not a jealous person usually, so I'm not bothered by occasional exchanging pleasantries with female friends and past acquaintances. I should have stopped there. I went into his email. You should have stopped like way before even where you are right now. And again, nothing too out of the ordinary. Some Black Friday emails, stuff I sent him, stuff from his mother. The first few pages were just very boring. You went through pages and pages?
That's too much.
I'm assuming there's gonna be something here, right?
Wait, pages of what?
Emails.
Pages
going
of
through like
she went through all
the
emails?
Next page. Next page. This is
what has he done to
you
make
should
you
just
so
break
insecure?
up. You break up now.
Yeah.
Because you can't be in a relationship with someone if you feel like this when they get a phone call they don't answer.
Yeah. You're not prepared for
Have we thought maybe that he didn't answer it because it was 8 and he's late? He doesn't have time to answer the phone?
Yeah.
Anyway, on his Google Hangout chat window on the left, I saw 2 conversations. One from his ex, Amy. I didn't want to open the chat to make it look like I was there, but the last message was him to his ex, Amy, 2 days ago saying, hey, are you around? And then there was another girl, Beth. I didn't recognize the name. The last message from him was, thanks, let me know when you want to meet up. Smiley face included.
Not the smiley face. Damning evidence.
And yeah, it's like, you're going to go, I saw what you did. A smile? Who are all the other women in your life making you smile?
I mean, the text of the ex is a little suspicious, but I don't know.
But this could literally be for any reason under the entire sun as of right now.
Okay, let's keep going. Let's see.
My final curiosity at this point got the better of me. So I checked his browsing history, and again, nothing scandalous, really. No secret nothing, no Craigslist hookups, but the history shows another email account having been logged into the computer under a woman's name. Let's call her Carol. Carol! I tried to open this one, but it wouldn't work. It had to be signed out, and none of this explicitly points to anything. All I have is a more than normally grumpy boyfriend, a strange call at 8 a.m. he didn't pick up, him trying to reach his ex, talking in Google Hangouts to a girl about meeting up, and a strange female name having logged into her email account on his computer. There is no smoking gun here, no obvious cheating, just a whole lot of little things. Yeah, just little things. There's not even
like normal stuff.
There's not even a good or a bad attached to them. They're just things.
The only thing that seems a little suspicious is the ex, but it's not like it's not enough to warrant this kind. Like, I feel like she should immediately apologize for what she did.
Yeah. You'd be like, I don't know what happened. You had that call in the morning and I went insane.
Yeah.
So I'm considering confronting him, but if I do, it means admitting I violated his privacy and didn't actually find anything definitive. Somebody please tell me what to do. You should probably just, I don't know, break up with this guy because I don't think you should be in a relationship.
I don't know if you need to break up quite yet, but you need to have some serious conversations about where this insecurity is coming from and try to remedy it, because this kind of jealousy and insecurity will hurt your relationship long term. It is already hurting it. It's already hurting it. But like, I think it'll cause even more problems if it's not addressed.
Yeah. Well, we have an update, folks.
Ooh.
Let's go ahead and just
baby.
Right in.
Yes.
Well, it's official. I'm a witch. Put the B in front of there, folks. I texted him based on what you said, asking him to call me on his break from work and that I really needed to talk to him, and he called me immediately. I told him what happened and confessed to everything, but said while I understood if he was angry, I just needed an explanation for all of it. And here's what he said. He said he was having some money problems, nothing serious, and that he didn't want to alarm me. That we were still paying our bills, but things were extremely tight otherwise. That the raise he had been counting on didn't work as he had hoped because he's on some sort of payment plan with his student loans and is obligated to tell them of any change in salary. And when he informed them of his raise, they increased his loan payments and basically wiped out the raise.
That sucks.
He didn't tell me because he didn't want me to think we weren't okay. That we are. Just that he was running extremely close to the bone.
I feel like that's also a red flag on his part.
What, that he didn't want to be like, hey, I'm literally destitute, but we're paying bills?
Yeah, I mean, I think you should be very honest with your partner about the financial situation.
I think it's a coin flip for me.
Really? I mean, I think
it's like, you know, if it's like this is a temporary, I'm getting out of this. I don't need to let anyone know that I'm a, you know.
But wait, they're married, right?
You know what? I don't even know.
I don't
think they're married.
Is it a boyfriend?
I don't think they're married.
They're not married.
They are not married.
Okay, if they're not married, then I think it's fine.
Yeah.
If they're married, it wouldn't be fine.
Right. I mean, if you have joint finances. But anyway, in terms of the contact with his ex, well, she's part of the reason he's in that mess. He basically supported both him and her for months when they were together, waiting for her to get her crap together. When she finally did not, he dumped her, but left him with a lot of debt in his name that he acquired, believing that she'd make good. And now, 2 years later, the payments on it are starting to stress him out. After he dumped her and told her why, she promised to fix it and promised to start paying him back by the end of this year. So the message to her was a vain hope that she'd actually make good on her promise and see if she'd start paying him back. Unsurprisingly, it went unanswered.
I mean, I feel like all of this makes sense. Like, these are good explanations.
They're all, yes.
Which is going to make, I feel like he's got to be like a little bit upset about the trust being breached.
Yeah.
By OP.
I gotta say, I would probably take a step back.
I don't think I would break up from this. I would be like, hey, like, we got to work on this.
So the email account in a woman's name, it was me, kind of. To make a few extra bucks, he started doing some online survey sites, and he told me one of them allowed 2 members per household to join instead of just 1. So he created a fictitious female second person, which was essentially him doing a second account as the female of the house, i.e. me. But he didn't want to actually violate my privacy, sigh, and give them my real name, so he made up a fake name to pose as the woman living at the address and named the email accordingly.
He's being so accommodating and so thoughtful on her behalf of her privacy. That's like, that makes what she did even worse.
Exactly, yeah. It's like,
yikes.
Yeah, and in the interest of your privacy, which, you know, in hindsight, I guess I didn't need to care about. Oof. So he then gave me the password to the email so I could see, and it is all survey invitations. The strange phone call wasn't a phone call. As he was headed to work, he checked the weather on his phone and realized the temperature had dropped substantially overnight, which is true. We're in the Northeast, and we had a massive cold front. And realizing his fall jacket wouldn't cut it, he went to dig his winter clothes out of the closet. And then he couldn't find his phone. Already running late for the bus because of having to get his coat and the gloves, he used his watch to page his phone. Is this a thing? Yes, it is. You can do that with the smartwatches.
Do you think it is okay to tell a partner, like a boyfriend, girlfriend, or to not tell a partner, a boyfriend, girlfriend, that you're living with, that you're having money troubles that you believe that you can fix?
I might get flack for this, but I think that's heavily weighted on, like, if you're, well, it's rooted in culture, and if you're like a man and, like, you know, you're feeling this, like, if she feels like I can't provide for her, she's going to leave me. It's like, it's only natural that you're like, well, I shouldn't tell her that I'm broke right now because I want things to go good.
Yeah.
And a lot of women have left men for being broke.
Yeah.
Not saying that that's what all women do. Of course, that's not true. But, like, you know, so if he's like, I got this in the bag, I got this under control. Yeah, sure. I got that raise. And then my student loans effed me over. But I've got it.
As long as he feels like he can pay all the bills.
Right.
I do feel like if they're financially tied, though.
Which are we? Do we know? I agree with that.
I think
if you're financially tied, you can't even really hide that in the first place.
Well, I think he's like paying for her things. Like, he's paying bills for the both of them. And like, maybe she could help.
Yeah.
But Helena Bain says he is a liar.
I don't know, dude.
I think like I guess I would communicate if I was paying joint expenses for a partner. I would probably communicate if I was having money issues. I mean, like even like I was like when I was like a few years ago, I was like super broke, and my girlfriend at the time was raised wealthy, and she was always like, "Why aren't you taking me to Nobu?" And I would be like, "I'm broke. I got no money," and that was informative for her, and she asked that less.
Yeah. She started asking it less.
She started asking it less.
Look, like he's lying, yeah, but it's like, I know people who are like this. And that's why I know that, like, yeah, it can be a lie, but it's like, there's no part of me that's.
He just didn't say like.
Right. He is trying to look out for her because he's like, I don't want to stress her out by her now knowing that the money is tight. Because it's a stressful thing to know.
Yeah.
So if you don't have to know it, because it's not going to change anything, the mon's still going to be tight. What is he going to do? Is he going to say, go get a job? No, he's not going to do that.
But he might. But I think like I think it helps in a relationship to know, especially a relationship where you're living together and it's committed, not when you're like dating or whatever, but when you're living together and it's committed and you're sharing expenses. I think it is good to communicate. I know that's not everyone's relationship style, but I feel like it would avoid potential pitfalls.
With the phone was ringing, but it was really just an alarm. Realizing that he had left it in the other end of the apartment, he ran over to silence it so he didn't wake me up. The other woman he wanted to meet, Beth, belongs to a tabletop gaming club.
Oh, he's just a beautiful nerd.
He plays Warhammer. Or
He's
War
a
Machine.
Beautiful nerd that's trying to provide for his girl without stressing her out.
Which, by the way, if this guy's tight on cash, he needs to stop playing Warhammer because those minifigs are so expensive.
Yeah. Actually, how much?
Yeah, no, there's people who spend thousands of dollars building their like army or whatever. It's crazy. So yeah, it's super expensive
have you seen, like,
tabletop.
those D&D like giant.
Yeah.
It's like D&D in space.
Thousands?
Yeah, like no, like.
Oh my god!
Just for one, big guy.
he's like, yeah, dude, I just don't have enough money to really pay for the bills and my $1,000 whatever collection. Oh god.
Okay, so the woman, a friend of a friend who reached out to their mutual friend, let's call him Dan, a few months ago, asking Dan if he knew a friendly attorney she could ask some advice for regarding a situation with her landlord. Dan put her in contact with my boyfriend, who then gave her some advice. Beth then reached out to my boyfriend recently, thanking him for his advice, but saying she couldn't afford to pay him. But that since she, Dan, and my boyfriend were all into tabletop gaming and she's a good painter and model builder, did he have any models she might be able to build and paint for him as a thank you?
Man's like, I just need money. Please, for the love of God, give me money.
This guy the angels started singing when he read that in that message. He did, as he always does, and gave her some at the club sometime. The message, Beth told him they were done and to let him know when he wanted them back. So he said for her to let him know when she wanted to meet at the gaming club to give them back to him.
Miss Woozy says he's a lawyer. He won't be broke for long then. Is he a lawyer?
I guess.
Oh, dude, he's gonna be
some
fine.
kind of law. He has something.
He's gonna
legally,
be fine.
Yeah.
Maybe he really. It's like I gotta figure it out. Like it's not like it's like money is tight, but it's not like it'll be fine in a month.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like going to be. Like, I think he might have it on lock. I don't know. He's a lawyer, but who knows? Who knows? Let's keep going.
Is he? Maybe he's just like the receptionist.
Yeah.
At the lawyer's office.
Yeah, or like what's a paralegal? A paralegal.
He's like the janitor.
Yeah.
This is Goodwill Hunting.
Yeah, he's just shredding law documents.
He's like, yeah, that's really funny. All of your legal expertise is just like the 20% of the document you can read before it goes into the shredder.
The friend is a lawyer.
He's a lawyer. Wait, but is OP a lawyer?
No, the friend is.
Oh, okay.
So we had it backwards. Dan's the lawyer. Okay, he then said there was something he had been hiding, and I braced myself.
Uh-oh.
And then he told me what he was hiding was he had started smoking cigs again. Throw him in the Thames, dude.
Ugh.
He knew I disapproved of him smoking. He is actually already a cancer survivor at 35. Ooh, yeah,
dude,
you can't beat. Dude, as a
I feel
cancer
like
survivor
there is
smoking, bro, that's
bad communication on both ends of this relationship right now. This is bad. This is not good.
Under the stress of the situation he was in, he fell off the wagon and hid it from me. But he realized using a dangerous and expensive habit was literally the opposite of a good idea when he's money stressed. So after a few weeks, he went cold turkey a week ago. That totally not him behavior, like the irritability and quick to snap attitude, was him quitting smoking. And he didn't want to admit it to me because he didn't want to admit he had started again. So the things he was hiding from me was that he was under some financial stress because a raise he was planning on didn't pan out, but he didn't tell me because while he was tight, we weren't at risk of not having our obligations taken care of and didn't want to worry me. And that he had gone back to and subsequently quit smoking again, and that any observed attitude changes were because he was quitting smoking again. The strange female contacts were essentially innocuous. They were trying to get his ex to pay what she owed and arranging with someone to pick up something she did as a favor to him, and a fictitious email account created to make a few spare bucks doing online surveys. The strange phone call was not a phone call. It was a misplaced phone he had paged with his watch, which started ringing loudly, and he quickly silenced it to not wake me up. And by the way, you can wake up and listen to full episodes with stories just like this on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and iHeartRadio and wherever you listen to podcasts. All you got to do is search OK Storytime, and you can listen to basically all of them.
Oh man,
there is more story.
I think we have a little bit more, but I just feel bad communication on both ends. Like they need to work with each other a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think it's relationship ending. I just think it's like not they're not
do
strong.
think, like, I hope I don't make everyone upset when I say this, but I think that OP needs to do more work on, like, where did that intense belief that something, I'm being cheated on, there's someone else, there's something going on, like, wherever that came from needs to be, 100% addressed before, like,
and I think,
you can really move forward from this.
And I think also, like, by the same token, I think OP's partner needs to inquire, like, why didn't he, like, feel safe to share that there was financial stress, and why didn't he feel safe to share that he started smoking again? Because, like, our partner should be able to help us through our tough times, right? If we just keep that all in, it's just going to be really hard to establish a
The
relationship.
smoking thing I can get because it's like a lot of that's deeply rooted in shame, and he's a cancer survivor, so it's like extremely absurd for him to be smoking.
Yeah.
So he's like, I get that.
Yeah.
And he definitely could share that. And he said the reason he didn't is because it's like, well, we can still pay all our obligations, but there's more to life than just the obligations,
That's why I think it's not relationship ending. I just think it would be better to have all of these things out in the open.
Yeah.
But I understand why he's doing that. Like, there's this shame probably from the financial side and from the smoking side.
And Eliana Bain says that is right. It came from all the behavior from him quitting smoking was what made her suspicious. So it came from somewhere. But
I just think there needs to be
But
communication.
again, you know what it really is? It's that she looked, and then she looked deeper and even deeper and even deeper. It's like the fact that you felt the need to keep going until you found something. I feel like,
but she was right.
Is that confirmation bias?
She was right.
She was right, though.
There was things that she was hiding from her, and I think
specifically about a woman is what I was
Sure,
saying. She found the Google Hangout messages and then was like, there it is.
There.
She thought it was a woman, but there was things that she was hiding just in general. So I think I guess it's like I think what happened is you had a vicious cycle of people hiding things from each other, and what it turned out to, like, what happened is now people are escalating what they think it could be, and it was really not that bad. And if we had been a little bit more communicative, if we had communicated early and often, a lot of this would have been avoided.
It's actually 100% of it. Just
100%.
straight up, clear,
100%.
honest, vulnerable communication. None of that happens at all.
But I want to hear where we ended.
All right. I feel like this is going to end well.
Yeah, I feel
okay.
good.
And then after I laid it all out and was bracing for the worst, a breakup, he says this.
No way.
No
man.
way.
Oh, man.
No way. We saw that.
You are really keeping us on the edge of our
I'm sorry,
seats.
guys. All right, here we go. Okay. That he understood where I was coming from. That I was probably suspicious because I knew him well enough to know something was being hidden, being the money troubles and the smoking. But I didn't know what that something was. He was annoyed that I went through his things, but he somewhat understood because my instinct that something was being hidden from me were fundamentally true, even if the things weren't that big of a deal. And he didn't tell me for a fairly good reason, and that he didn't really have anything to hide from me anyway. So he was sorry he didn't tell me he started smoking again, and knew I was sorry for doing what I did, and that he could overlook my snooping if I could overlook him not admitting he had been smoking again, and we could just move forward with no hard feelings. I don't effing deserve this, man. Oh, I think you do. And that's the end of that story. Yay!
Okay.
We got a good one!
We got a good one, but I feel like the lesson OP you should take away from this is communicate with each other about all of these things. Communicate about the fact that you feel like there's something off instead of snooping, and he should communicate the fact that he's struggling if he feels like he's struggling, right? If you communicate about these things, you can like I think in all your relationships, if you're ever struggling, giving people the opportunity to do the right thing by you, I think is almost always better than holding it in and being like a little bit more not nefarious, but being like, I got this, you know?
The money subject is so interesting to me because it's like, I genuinely think all of that was just from the smoking, and he didn't feel that he needed to say any of that.
Yeah.
Because he felt like as long as the bills are paid, there's no issue. So like, where is the theoretical like amount of financial pressure to feel where it becomes like now there's an obligation? It's like, is it when the bills can't be paid, or is it before that? If it is, like, where is it at? Does it vary? Like,
if you want a good relationship, as soon as you feel stress, you should tell your partner. Like, hey,
Yeah.
I feel stressed
so
about
if
it.
you're just like, man, I'm not making enough money right now, and she's like, oh my God, well, what can I do about it? You're like, well, you could do you want to get another job? She's like, I can't.
It's like
All right, I'm doing nothing. I don't know.
I think
if you can't pay the bills, that definitely needs to be said.
But I think in that situation, it's like, hey, like, I'm just feeling stressed about money, and she's like, oh, like, I don't like, I can get another job. It's like, I don't think you need to do that yet, but I just want to let you know that I feel stressed, and like, if there's things that pop up over these next couple weeks that maybe are suboptimal for our relationship, it's probably because I'm stressed about money. I just feel like what it could do is it could open up this period of grace for someone if they're experiencing that. And I think that goes for anything that you're stressed about. You're like, oh man, like I just, hit a car this morning and I'm stressed about it. And you tell that to like the people, I think they'll extend you more grace. And I feel like it's the allowance of someone to be like, oh, I understand the whole of what this person is showing up with. And now I can better accommodate them in my life and how I treat them. At least that's what I think. But I would love to know what you guys think.
It sounds like a good take to me.
But I believe that is the end of that story. And the end of this episode.